Chapter 29, Cheng Mo's Crumbling Dream. My ability level? Why not you guys have a guess? It was rare for Zhao Soxui to be this playful. This was the first time Zhao Soxui was smiling since the battle in the evening. Zhu Tu and Gong Ling looked at each other. The two of them had been through a rigorous education system. They immediately knew what they had to say. My guess is that you were at least a level a genetic liberator before you advanced. Gong Ling was the first to speak. You're belittling Miss Anne. She is a professor at the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College, Zhu Tu said. I think that Miss Anne should have been a level S genetic liberator before she advanced. Zhu Tu had a serious expression, and Zhao Soxui could naturally see through Zhu Tu and Gong Ling's tricks. What I can tell you is that I am currently a level C genetic mutant, and Zhao Soxui revealed. Level C genetic mutant? Zhu Tu and Gong Ling rubbed their chins at the same time. There were relatively several possibilities. It meant that Zhao Soxui was at least a level C genetic liberator before she became a genetic mutant. Of course, she might be a level B or even a level A. Zhu Tu felt that it was more possible for her to be a level B. Otherwise, Zhao Soxui would not fit into her status as a professor from the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College. This was not a trivial matter. Is a level C genetic mutant enough to become a professor at the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College? Zhu Tu inquired, confused. It would be impossible in the extreme branch, Zhao Soxui explained. Under normal circumstances, the new genetic humans in the extreme branch have to be genetic evolvers to become a professor at the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College. The requirements of the mystery branch are a little lower. They normally required a person to be at least a level B genetic mutant. The requirement would be one level lower if the individual has a unique ability. That means to say that your ability is very unique. What's your unique ability, Miss N? Gong Ling suddenly asked again. However, this time, Gong Ling, who was acting cute, received a stern look from Zhao Soxui. I have to remind you, in the future, no matter what kind of special abilities you obtain, you must not easily tell others about your unique abilities. This will make your future a little safer and make you live longer. Zhao Soxui had a stern expression. Gong Ling immediately became flustered. Miss Anne, I really didn't know. You need not apologize, Zhao Soxui told Gong Ling. It's just that I have paid a heavy price to learn this lesson in the past. I have been schemed against and targeted before I learned this. That's why I wanted to remind you. I hope that you will remember this and be put at less of a disadvantage in the future. Gong Ling nodded. Zhu Tu slipped into a momentary deliberation and then suddenly asked, Miss Anne, according to what I know, we have to report our genetic base points and abilities to the school after we enter the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College. Only then could we receive our allotted resources. Would there be a problem with that? Zhao Soxui looked at Zhu Tu with a fleeting gaze. There's generally no problem with that. This data has a high confidentiality status in the school. A person has to have the relevant authority and means if they want to look at it. Zhao Soxui did not give a direct answer. However, Zhu Tu's gaze still wavered. Generally, no problems. That meant that there might be some practical problems. Was Zhao Soxui trying to remind them in a roundabout way? The reason she did not directly tell them was simple enough. 1. It was Zhao Xu's status. 2. There were many ears around them in the bus. Wouldn't a person be an idiot if they just revealed something like that out in the open? It was a long-distance journey. Even though it was a luxury bus with reclining seats that allowed the students to lie down, it was still tiring to have to travel this far. However, the teenagers naturally had an inexhaustible supply of energy. Furthermore, the scenery outside the bus became quite different from Jincheng Prefecture after they passed through Ninjian Prefecture. Students in this day and age were not like students 100 years ago who could travel the world at a young age. A student in the past would have at least managed to travel around Wuxia. Most students in the 22nd century, Zhu Tu included, have never left Jincheng Prefecture due to issues of safety and cost. They had not even gone to Jincheng City before. All of the students were extremely excited. Even Cheng Mo, who was in a deep slumber, would be jolted awake when they saw something novel. As they had been traveling overnight, they managed to pass through Shanyuan Prefecture before daybreak and Beig Prefecture before noon. They entered the borders of the capital in the afternoon. It was 4:30 in the afternoon when they passed through the security checks. The fleet of buses steered into the capital. This was the centermost city in Wuxia. They arrived at the start of the evening peak hour. The fleet of buses became extremely slow even after they switched to the maglev lane. However, to the batch of students from Jincheng Prefecture, the novelty was merely beginning. Oh wow, a repulsion force flying car. Why are there so many repulsion force flying cars here even though they cost at least $3 million? Look, that person flying in the air. Is he wearing a repulsion force flying skateboard? My god, is that the best skateboard in the world? There are so many of them in the capital. Amid the exclamations from his classmates, even Cheng Mo gasped as he tried to sit up and have a look. I heard that those go for at least $1 million. The students looked at the fast repulsive force cars and skateboards flying outside of the maglev lane with enthusiastic expressions. The corner of Zutui's lips twitched when he heard them. At least $1 million. He shouldn't think about it. Zutui might only be able to afford the tax on those toys with his total assets. I heard that you need level E rights to be able to purchase a repulsion force flying skateboard. You also have to pay a high quantum for insurance. I heard my dad say that you also need a driver's license. Oh, driver's license. I have that, a student said happily. No, it's not a driver's license. It's a special kind of license, Tong Qi suddenly said. Tong Qi had performed exceptionally well during the surprise attack of the modified human and superb individual. He had killed a leopard and protected a student. Himing Kakshuan was a little worse off. He was swept away by a large python. Fortunately, the python escaped after Zutui killed the modified human. Himing Kakshuan was saved and only sustained small injuries. He looked like he had been spooked. He maintained a low profile today. Special license? This was the first time some students were hearing about this. They asked about it curiously. That's right, you require a special license. Its full name is the Special Flying License. The exam is rather difficult. Of course, it is only difficult for ordinary people. It shouldn't be too hard for us. Tong Qi added, oh yes, there is a school for the Special Flying License within the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College that offers classes a few days after school starts. You guys can sign up with me if you are interested. Isn't it too early to study for the high-level special flying license the moment you enter the school? What's more, we wouldn't have a repulsive force flying skateboard even if we got the special license. That's right, Tong Qi, do you have one? A student suddenly asked. My dad rewarded me with a repulsive force flying skateboard when I got admitted into the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College. I'm just lacking the special flying license. Tong Qi's tone was calm as if he was talking about something that could not be more normal. He had no intention of boasting. However, only one word came to the minds of the students when they heard Himrik. Zutui was a little envious. Tong Qi was exceptional, handsome, and had a rich father. At this moment, Cheng Mo elbowed Zutui. Little Tui, why don't we enroll to learn the special flying license after school starts? What's the rush? We can't even afford the repulsive force flying skateboard, Zutui said. It's all right if we can't afford it now. We can get the license first. We'll be able to purchase the repulsive force flying skateboard when we get money in the future. Cheng Mo's face lit up as he spoke. We are students from the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College. I heard that we have a bright future ahead, in terms of money. Zutui nodded after he heard Cheng Mo and then shook his head again. I can enroll, but not you. Why? Cheng Mo became anxious. Why can you learn it but not me? Look at your belly. It has just been a few days. If you are going to develop at this rate, I think that you shouldn't obtain the special license to prevent any accidents in the air, Zutui said. Cheng Mo froze as if he was imagining the terrifying scene of an air disaster. Gong Ling suddenly looked back from the row of seats in front. She smiled. Cheng Mo, you don't have to worry about an air disaster. That's great. Why's that? Cheng Mo was elated. Because at the rate you are gaining weight, the repulsive force flying skateboard would not be able to fly with you standing on it in a few months. Zutui chuckled when he heard that. After the incident with the modified human, the relationship between Zhu Tui, Cheng Mo, and Gong Ling had become much stronger. They had no problems making these jokes. Cheng Mo slumped into his chair like a deflated ball. It was a little hurtful. However, it made Cheng Mo worry. His dreams of soaring through the sky seemed to be about to end before it even started. By the side, the students who heard the conversation also laughed. Rest well after we arrive at the reception center for new students. Try your best to bring yourself to your best condition. If there are no accidents, the test evaluation for new students entering the college would happen soon. The test will determine your specific direction of study in the Wuxia Genetic Evolution College, and the treatment you receive for the near future. This is of utmost importance for you guys. Please pay serious attention to it. And Zhao Xu's voice rang out and instantly silenced the students in the bus.